everyone, it's Cassie and welcome back to my channel. So sorry about the lighting. The sun is setting, so it's an odd setup, but I need to finally film this video, so we're just gonna deal with it. Today's video is the mid-year book freakout tag. Finally getting to it. Also, don't mind my blob of a sunburn. I've been meaning to film this video for a few weeks now, so here I am finally doing it. I have all my answers prepared, so let's waste no time and let's just get into the video. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. Both of those mean the absolute world to me. My Instagram, Twitter, Goodreads, and Amazon wishlist will be linked in the description box below if you're interested in checking any of those out. And let's get into the tag. If you haven't seen any of these videos, somehow it's just a tag. I'm not actually sure who the original creator is. I'll try and find that out and link them down below, but basically just about my reading in this first half of the year. The first question is best book of 2022. And I have a few and I didn't know what to pick. I have 4. First one I would say is Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry. This was one of the first books I read this year and it's just stuck with me a lot. This is the first book in the Eden series, and I know it's not people's favorite, but so far it's mine. Winslow, who's coming to Quincy, Montana to become the new police chief. And then we have Griffin Eden, who is a part of the Eden family, who is a notorious family, or kind of a famous family in this small town because they are one of the founding families of this town. And so everyone's up in their business and they're just everyone's paying attention to everything they do. They meet the first time not knowing who each other are. Things get spicy. They don't want to be together, but they want to be together once they find out who each other are. But also there have been a series of suicides in this town and they're always in the same spot. And Winslow has a bad feeling about it and doesn't think that they might just be suicide. So it's a romantic suspense, which I love those. Another one would be Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. This is a YA romance, kind of to do with cheesy rom-coms. She's got an annoying neighbor. They don't really get along, but she needs his help to get this other guy to like her, and then you can kind of guess what happens from there, but I really enjoyed this. I thought it was super cute. Ballet for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This one is a cozy mystery kind of thing where she goes on a blind date and she accidentally kills him, and her family, her aunties and her mom, have to help her get rid of the body, and there are a lot of shenanigans and kind of worst case scenario every situation, and it was really fun and I really enjoyed this one. My last one, I'm just gonna do all 4, is Magnolia Parks, which is crazy. 3 out of 4 of these are romances. I've just been in my romance era this year, but this is about Magnolia Parks, who is kind of in the public eye. Her relationship with BJ Valentine, they dated for a long time. Something happened, they broke up, but they're still very connected. She dates new guys and he sleeps with different girls, but he also sleeps in her bed every night. It's very complicated, very toxic, but I loved this book. It was so good and I'm excited to continue this series. I hate the new covers, they're so bad, but that's besides the point. This was great. Next question is the best sequel I've read this year. I haven't read too many, but the one that sticks out for me is House of Sky and Breath by Sarah J. Maas. While this wasn't as good as House of Earth and Blood, it was still super good. I just love this world so much and I love these characters so much that while not that much happens for a lot of the book, it was totally fine with me because I just love them so much. And the ending in the last probably 200 pages were so good, but this one sticks with me and it makes me really excited for the 3rd one coming out in January. So I have to say this one, I have to. Next question is new release that you haven't gotten to yet but really want to, and with that one I'm gonna go with Vera Wong's Unsolicited Advice for Murderers by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This one came out in March, I believe, and after reading Dial A for Aunties, this one was like really highly anticipated for me, and I just still haven't gotten to it. I don't know why. Just have prioritized other books. But I'm really excited to get to this one. It's about Vera Wong, who has a tea shop, and one day there is a dead man in the shop and he is holding a flash drive in his hand. She ends up taking it before calling the police, knowing that the killer will end up back at her tea shop in order to get this flash drive. And soon she starts making friends with all the people coming to her tea shop, and then it makes it a little bit harder. See one of them being a murderer. Just seems like a fun one again. That's why it's so anticipated for me. I just need to get to it. Hello, it is editing me, nor my looks, but I just needed to come in here and correct or add something because I don't know what I was doing during this video. But another new release that I really need to get to is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. Everyone knows this book by now. I don't actually really know what it's about, but that is definitely like a main answer for this question, so I don't know why I didn't think of it. Next question is most anticipated releases for the second half of the year. I have 3 and I'm sticking with it. I have One of Us is Dead by Karen M. McManus. This is the 3rd book in the One of Us is Lying series, and I love the first 2 books. They were part of the reason that I got back into reading, so I'm really excited to get this 3rd installment. I think it's the last. I don't even think we thought that there was going to be a 3rd one for a long time, so I'm really excited for this 3rd one. It is gonna be so good, I hope, at least. Then the 2nd one technically is already out, but I'm really anticipating the paperback. That is The Final Gambit by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have the first 2 books in paperback, so I've been waiting for this 3rd one to come out in paperback. One of Us is Dead and this one both come out this month in July. I can't be spending money on books right now, but I want them both so badly. So I might have to be doing that soon. This is like the 3rd one in the series as well, so can't really tell you much what it's about, but it's the Inheritance Games trilogy. And then the 3rd one is called Midnight is the Darkest Hour by Ashley Winstead. I love Ashley Winstead. I love In My Dreams I Hold a Knife. It's one of my favorite books of all time. And The Last Housewife I've really loved as well. So I don't overly know what this one's about. Looks like a small town. I think there's like some religious aspects to it. Comes out October 3rd, so I have more time to wait for that one, but I'm excited. She's one of my favorite authors, so I think it'll be really good. I haven't read any of her romances, but thriller-wise, one of my favorite, like, top thriller author, so excited for all of those. Next question is biggest disappointment. I kind of have 2 for this one as well. I've Learned My Lesson by Katie Robert. I just thought this one was boring. I'm gonna be completely honest, and I was not rooting for the relationship at all. This is the Wicked Villain series, and this one follows, which is like Disney heroes and like the villain kind of together. This one is Hades, Meg, and Hercules, and yeah, this was not very good in my opinion. I was trying to be nice about it when I read it, but like I didn't really like this one. So definitely a skip for me. I was excited for it. I only bought the ones that I thought I was gonna like, and yeah, this one's just not it for me. But then I also have The Woman in the Library by Sulari Gentle. I still enjoyed this one, but the disappointing aspect of this for me is that I think the blurb on the back does not tell you actually what happens in the book. The blurb makes it sound like it's all set in the library all at once. They're stuck in the library while they're trying to figure out who murdered this girl, but instead they just make their friendship in the library. So they're in a library, a girl screams, ends up being murdered, and this group of strangers ends up being friends because of it. So the blurb makes it sound like they're stuck there together, so that's why they're friends and whatever, but they aren't, and they make their friendship over a few weeks and outside of the library and all that. So that was just the disappointment for me. It was still a decent book, but just not at all what I was expecting with the premise. Biggest surprise, and that'll definitely be LA for Aunties. I thought I was gonna like this. Like I didn't think I was gonna dislike it, but I did not expect to like it as much as I did. Not for it to be like on my top books of the year. So, because I don't feel like we hear that many people talk about it. I know people talked about it when it came out and they're like, oh, this one sounds good. But like no one really talked about it. Like I've heard a few people, but barely anyone's talked about actually reading it. So yeah, this was a surprise, but I love a great surprise. New favorite author, and that'll definitely be Devney Perry. I was trying to figure out what an author that I read multiple books from this year that's new to me, and Devney Perry is one of the only ones, but it doesn't really matter because I still, like, I loved her books. So I've read 3. I've read Indigo Ridge, Juniper Hill, and Christmas in Quincy, which was just a novella in this series. But I do also have Garnet Flats already. I just haven't gotten to it yet. And I just really like her writing, and I also like both of the full-length novels have been like a suspense aspect to them. I found Indigo Ridge was more so, but Juniper Hill also had it, and I just really like the premise of her books and that each one follows a different sibling. I think it's really fun, and how close the family is. It's really cute. I really like her writing, so I'm excited to get into more of her series once I'll probably prioritize the Edens first and then get into other books by her. Next question is newest fictional crush, and it's really definitely 100% gotta be Reese or Reese-Anne from ACOTAR books, ACOTAR series. I mean, this is the last, I've only read the first 2 books, but especially Quartermass and Fury. Oh, he's too good. I thought I was gonna like him in ACOTAR, and I was already liking him, but this one, he's great. I see the hype. I get why he's so many people's fictional crush. Rune in this also grows on me even more. SJM just knows how to write a male character. Let's just say that. Sorry, the light is just getting worse and worse because it's coming out. Newest favorite character, I'm gonna go with Magnolia Parks. She is not like a good person in general, like she's not the greatest, but like she was still really likable, and I think that was just like the pull to her. And like she's gone through a lot, and people are mean to her, people treat her badly, so I feel like she deserves more love. She was just the one that stuck out of all the, looking through all my books, one that I actually quite enjoyed as a character. The next question is book that made you cry. If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. This one's so sad. This is a YA like romancy book about these 2 friends who their moms have been friends their whole lives, and like really close friends. Like they have family dinner, like they have dinners together every night. They live next door to each other. Then in middle school they start to grow apart, and in high school they kind of just watch each other's lives from afar. And yeah, this one's just sad. Like I cried a lot at the end. It traumatized me, even though like I knew what was coming. I was still so sad. So this one's pretty heartbreaking. The book that made me happy, and I'm gonna go with Indigo Ridge by Devney Perry, because that one sticks with me, and I think about it quite a bit, and I want to reread it, and I don't like rereading books, but like I actually really want to read that one. Even though it deals with really dark topics, it's funny to like, it's interesting that I'll say it made me happy, but like I really liked the relationship in it, and even like thriller, like mystery stuff like makes me happy, because I just, that's my favorite genre. So reading it makes me happy, and like when there's romance and mystery together, that's my favorite. Like I love that so deeply, so that's why it makes me so happy, even though it has dark topics in it. Favorite book to movie adaptation from this year, I haven't really watched that many, but I did just make a vlog about this. I don't know if it'll be up before this or after this, but I'm gonna go with The Last Thing He Told Me by Laura Dave. I enjoyed the adaptation more than I liked the book. So yeah, it was a TV show adaptation. It was like not my favorite Still not like great, but like out of the ones I've watched, it's the best one. Probably could have just like not answered this question, but I'm back again editing me, but this is the final time. Again, I don't know what me filming this was thinking, but my actual answer for this is Daisy Jones and the Six. I forgot that that came out this year. That feels like a lifetime ago, honestly. So that is definitely my answer. That was definitely the best adaptation I've watched this year. I don't know how it slipped my mind, but that is my true answer. Second to last question is most beautiful book you've bought this year. And my answer, I think, is very popular this year, which is Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. This is the first edition. I extremely lucked out with getting this edition, so I will be forever grateful for that, because come on. And then the last question of this tag is, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? Literally every single one I own. Just kidding. But like, I need to read so many. I would like to read like at least another 30 books since I'm only halfway through the year and I've read 29 already, but we will see. I think I need to really prioritize books from my self-destruct list, because I was looking at it for my TBR for this current month, and there are so many on there I don't actually want to get rid of, or I want to at least try before I get rid of them. So I need to prioritize that. So that'll be my answer for this. But literally any book that I own, that needs to be my priority, because I need to stop buying books. The only way I'm gonna allow myself to buy books in the next while is, probably rest of this year, is if I'm going to read it right away. Like One of Us is Dead and Final Gambit, I want to read them like ASAP, so I might let myself buy them in like August, only if I'm gonna read them in August, kind of thing, because I don't need to buy books just for them to sit on my shelves anymore. But that's like a whole nother thing that I need to figure out. So we will see, but I need to prioritize my already physical TBR and my self-destruct list. That is the mid-year book freakout tag. If you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe and give it a big thumbs up. If you have a channel and you've done this video, let me know and I will definitely go check it out. But if not, let me know in the comments down below what your answers to these questions are. I'm sad it's mid-year already. Like, that's insane, and I'm sorry about this insane light. This next half of the year is gonna go really well for all of us. Let's manifest it. It's gonna be great in general and especially reading, so let's do it. So that's all for me. I will see you in my next video. Bye.